G'day mates, Bruce here. You know the feeling. It's the 4th of the month, the bills have just come out, you open your banking app, you stare at what's left, and something cold settles in your chest.
It's not panic, it's just arithmetic. This isn't a story about getting rich, mate. It's a story about one number. The exact moment your money life stops being about survival and starts being about freedom. That number is $20,000. And here's the hard truth nobody says out loud. In this country, more than half of us have never seen it sitting in the bank at once. The figures are sobering. Around 1 in 6 Australians have less than $1,000 saved. More than half have less than $20,000. We are told this is a wealthy country, yet for most, the wallet stays thin. The question isn't whether you failed. Nobody has failed. The question is, what happens on the day you finally cross that line? But before the other side, we have to name the thing that lives on this side. Scarcity. Not poverty exactly, but the quiet tax paid by anyone whose balance is always one surprise bill away from zero. It is 2 in the morning and you are awake again, doing sums in the dark. The council rates are due. The power bill jumped again last quarter. The car rego renews next week. You shuffle money from one account to another on your phone, like a chess player with only pawns left. This is survival mode. Every dollar has a job before it even lands. Rent, groceries, petrol, the chemist. No slack, no room, no maybe. This is what the cost of living crisis actually feels like from the inside. Rates can be cut. Governments can announce reforms. None of it reaches your kitchen table because every dollar is already spoken for. It is not a headline, mate. It is a heartbeat every single month. And then one ordinary Thursday, something impossible happens. You refresh the app, you see the balance. And for the first time in your adult life, the number in front of you is $20,000.
It doesn't feel like wealth, it feels like silence. That pressure you have carried for years, the one you stopped noticing because it became the weather, quietly lifts. Because $20,000 isn't a luxury, it is a firewall. A wall of bricks between you and disaster. And in this country, disaster is ordinary. The hot water system dies in July, the gearbox does on the highway, the fridge hums, clicks, then goes silent. For the bloke with $500 in the bank, any one of those is a crisis. A maxed out credit card, a call to the kids, a payday loan with an interest rate that would make a shark blush.
For the person with $20,000 in the bank, the very same event is just a Tuesday. You pay the plumber, you book the mechanic, you order the new fridge. It hurts, but it does not break you.
That is the pivot. Not wealth, not status, just the quiet, unfamiliar feeling of a problem being solved by money instead of a problem turning into a catastrophe. That is the whole game right there. There's a famous study on people under money stress. That constant hum of how will I pay for this drained their thinking by about the same as a full night with no sleep, every day, year after year. So people in scarcity make worse calls. Not because they are worse people, but because half their brain is busy surviving. Cross 20,000 and you get that thinking back. The 2 a.m. calculator finally switches off. You walk into work and maybe for the first time you can actually think about the work. You put your hand up in the meeting, you ask for the pay rise because that buffer gives you permission to say, I deserve more. Now the money itself starts to move. A small balance earns you a few dollars of interest you can't even feel, but $20,000 in a good high-interest account earns real money. Suddenly, the tree has fruit you can see. Now, if you are near 60, this firewall matters even more because it is the buffer that protects your super. Getting that paperwork right is half the battle, so I put the whole process in my guide. Link is in the description.
Back to the number. Once you can see fruit, you plant more trees. You learn what an index fund is. Money at this size starts working for you in the background, like a quiet worker who turns up every morning.
And then comes the moment nobody warns you about. The boss calls you in. He says something that last year you would have swallowed. Only this time, something is different. You remember the number, 20,000.
You don't quit in a blaze. You don't throw the stapler. You simply know for the first time that you could. And that knowledge changes everything you say next. 20,000 buys you months of breathing room.
Months of interviewing properly, of choosing, of holding out for work that does not hollow you out. The person who can walk away is a completely different animal from the person who cannot. Everyone can feel it.
Now, a bit of simple maths they never taught us at school. The rule of 72. Divide 72 by a yearly return and you get the years it takes your money to double. At about 7%, that is every 10 years. Follow it through. 20,000 becomes 40. 40 becomes 80. 80 becomes 160. And with steady saving on top, $1 million by retirement isn't a fantasy, mate. It is just arithmetic.
But here is the quiet truth. Without that first 20,000, none of the engine runs. 2,000 can't do this work. 5,000 can't either. 20,000 is the first block big enough for compound interest to grip.
And in the end, 20,000 isn't really a destination. It is proof. Proof that for a good stretch of your life, you sent more money in than you sent out. You quietly built the muscle that builds everything else.
People who reach it rarely stop there. Not out of greed, but because the habit does not switch off. Without noticing, you have become the kind of person who saves. And in a country where 1 in 6 has nothing, that person ends up with plenty.
So next time you stare at that app on the 4th of the month and feel the pressure in your chest, remember, you are not failing. You are just on one side of the firewall. 20,000, the number where everything changes. If this helped, hit subscribe and I'll see you next time.